Hello everyone. Myself Dr. Renuka Mehra, Assistant Professor, Government College of Commerce and Business Administration, Sector 50, Chandigarh, is presenting in front of you next chapter for Bachelors of Business Administration subject Direct Tax Law and Income Tax Law for Bachelors in Commerce for Punjab University examination. The topic or the title for today is Residential Status and Tax Liability. In the previous video, if you have seen, my first video I have uploaded on 31st August 2020, and in that I have introduced the concept of income tax and other related basic concepts. I hope the 4 videos are absolutely clear with you. If you have any doubt, please share your doubts on the email address given in the chat box, or either it is given in the notification. You can contact me for any type of doubts. Now, I want to tell you about myself. I have teaching experience of 12 years in city government college and private colleges. Now, let's start with the residential status. As you have heard my earlier videos, in that I have already told you that we have 7 types of person. Now, when we talk about tax, now tax, as I have told you, has to be levied on any type of personal income earned by an individual, a company, an HUF, a firm, or any other person. We will be discussing in this coming videos what? Number 1, the residential status of each. Number 2, the tax liability for each. Now, it is very important to first of all understand what do we mean by resident. Yes, you very well connected. Residence means a person who is living in the country as is his own. Yes, like if we are born and brought up in India and we are living in India and we are doing a job in India, so we become automatically the resident. But in the point of view of income tax, there states some of the conditions that has to be checked. Now, residential term, as every one of you know, is nothing to do with nationality or domicile of a person. For example, I would like to give you an American citizen who is working in an MNC. He gets transferred in 2018 in India. And in the previous year 2019-20, he is living in India and he is earning salary from the MNC in which he's working. So in this case, what do we come to know? He is an American born citizen but came to India for job purpose, and later on he may get back to America. One thing is sure. Now, that means won't we take any tax from him? Or we will exempt him from the tax. Why? Because he is not an Indian citizen. No, dear friends, let's make one concept very clear in our mind. When we talk about residential status, we take 365 days in mind. We will see for 365 days in year 2019-20, please note, dear friends, that we have 366 days as February is a leap year. So, what is the first point that to see for residents is that for 366 days, how many days or for how many days plus other concept he is living in India. Let's say, now residential status is covered under the point that is your section. We will be having other residential status. Now it will be covered under section 6 subsection 1. I will be starting first of all in this video with individual residential status. Now individual residential status is very important because it is an inclusive one. Inclusive in the sense the rest of the persons are much different to it. Now, example, I have given you a teacher. She is living in India. she is living in India and doing a job in a private college. She is earning a salary from there. In evening, she is running her own institute, coaching institute. She is again earning profit. Then the third one, let's take example. She is giving lectures online. I repeat, online. That means she is taking online classes for a university located in Canada. So that means she is earning some money from outside India also. So let's see, she has three types of income. One, purely income from salary. Other, income from profession. And when we talk about third, that is income again from salary or any remuneration, if we have to say, from any private, from any university located outside India. But that money is received in India. So the tax will be paid on all of the three. But what we have to prove, dear students? Dear students, we have to prove that was he or she. Obviously, she was living in India or not. Now, let's start. How we will see the residential status. Then, after seeing the residential status, we will also check the normality test. Why I am saying normality test? Now, when it comes to imposing of tax, we will have to see that tax has to be imposed on each and every income earned in India or any income that is received in India. So this will be talking upon in the section tax liability. Now let's start. Very easy. Tax residential status. Now residential status says, if we take a simple calculation, 365 or 366 divided by 2, it will be equal to 183 days, or 365 by 2, if we will divide, we will have the sum of 182.5 days. So the first point goes like this. A person is living in India. A person is living in India for more than 182 days in the current relevant previous year. So, the government of India has stated well that there is no necessity for a person to become the resident of India to live for 365 days. So, it has stated the person, first point, that he is living in India for a period of 182 days or more in the current relevant previous year. In the last chapter, I have already told you. Again, let's take a revision. Why the word is current. Current previous year, we say 2019-20. 2019-20, he is living for how many days? 182 days or more. And he becomes the resident of India. Now, for example, he is a businessman and he has a many business around the world. And he could not live for 182 days in India in the specific previous year. So, has he become a non-resident of India? How can we say? We again have to go to the audio 4 of first chapter, in which I have already discussed with you the exceptions to residence. I have already discussed with you. Now, that is also not fulfilled. So, for example, the person is living in India for 179 days. How can we see that he is a resident? So here comes, dear students, condition B. So what do condition B states me? That the person is living in India for 60 days or more in current previous year. Mean in the current previous year 2019-20, he is living for minimum 60 days and 365 days out of 4 years preceding the relevant previous year. Now preceding means years before 2019-20. So let us
quickly write on a registers. It means we are talking about 1819, we are talking about 1718, we are talking about 1615, and then we are talking on 1516. So these are the 4 years that we are talking about, in which a totality of 365 days are needed to make a person resident of India. Hence, if these conditions are satisfied, that means he becomes a resident. But if any of these conditions, mean point 1 or condition B, is not satisfied, if A or B is not satisfied, then the question is very clear. The person is non-resident. That means we do not ban any person from coming to India and doing business with us. We don't ban. But from his residential status, one thing is very clear to us, that he is not a normal citizen of India. But as he is coming to India and doing business with Indians, so he must be earning some type of revenue. So the person will have to pay the tax on it. Now let me go with an example for you all. Like a foreign singer, like if we have to take example of Nick Jonas or Justin Bieber, they come to India and they come to India for a concert, and they live in India, like they have a tour in India. They have shows in Mumbai, they have shows in Bangalore, they have shows in Pune, they have shows in Ludhiana. They are having 10 or 12 shows, and during those 10-12 shows, they have to live in India for a period of 45 days. Now say they have 10 shows is equal to 45 days. Now for 45 days he is living in India, but is he becoming the resident? No, neither the condition A is satisfied nor the condition B is satisfied. But when these names, as we know that they are coming because they are doing concerts, and from concerts definitely they will earn money. So when they are coming to India and earning money from whom? Indians. So before leaving for their country, they will have to pay the tax to the respective income tax authority. So this is the reason we have to see the tax. That means any income earned in India will be taxed. Now let us talk about normality. Now what is normality? This is test. There are 2 tests under normality of an individual. Normality means a person who is only living in India, or a person, as I have given you example, who comes to India, do the business and then again leave back. Or he is a businessman, or let's say example, he is a film star. He is coming to India, but his shoots are in abroad also. So he is not able to consider. He is, for example, he is not able to consider all the examples. So that is why normality test will be running. Please note the section. For normality test, dear students, we will go for 6 subsection 6. And in normality test, we will have 2 tests. Let's talk. The first test is he is living in India for a period of 2 out of 10 years. 2 out of 10 years preceding the relevant previous year. Dear students, please note, for normality, we will not consider the relevant previous year. We will be considering any year that is before. So, please again note, previous year is 1920, and before those 10 years, or the next point that I will be covering, we will be considering for normality test. Because in the first point, from relevant previous year, we have proved that person is citizen of India, or he is the resident of India. But from these 2 points, we have to note that is the person, number 1, ordinary resident of India if he fulfills both the conditions. Number second, if he is not ordinary resident of India, that means out of the two, only one or none of the conditions are fulfilled. And the condition, the last one, is non-resident. Non-resident is that person who does not live in India. Fine. Who, like I have given you example, there is no restriction on Nick Jonas coming to India and doing shows again and again each year. But there is no restriction for him to live in India for also so many days. Fine. So for this, now let's see. As we have discussed, 2019-20, no consideration. Before that, on your register, start writing 10 previous years. So 10 previous years will be starting as we have written 18-19, 17-18, 16-15, 15-16, then 14-15, and then we have 13-14, then we have 12-13, we have 11-12, then we have 10-11, and at the last we have 9-10. So please note, from 2009-10 to 2018-19, out of these 10, any 2 years. Yes, you are absolutely correct. You have the doubt that no, there is no need that those years to be continuous. That means a person may be living in 2018-15 and earlier the person was living in India for 13-14 and in rest of the days he is coming for less days. Yes, it is absolutely possible. No issues in that. Now, first condition are satisfied that 2 out of 10 years preceding in relevant previous year, he is living in India. Then let's write the second one. That is 730 days out of 7 years. 730 days out of 7 years preceding the relevant years. He is living in India. So this is normality test 2. That out of 730 days, he is living in India out of how many? 7 years. So if, dear students, both of these conditions are satisfied, then the person becomes ordinary resident. Ordinary means a person who is living in India and earning income from India. So he need to pay income from all sources. Then second, we talk about when one of the condition is satisfied or none of the condition is satisfied, then he becomes not ordinary resident. And in the last, when none of the condition is satisfied, none, then he becomes non-resident. So for this condition 2, please again note, I have just said that only one of the condition is satisfied. Thank you. Regards.